Hi friends, it's Miss Katie. And right now, I'm in the kitchen. And that's because I'm going to talk to my friend Siriana and learn how to make a very special food from Lebanon. It's called manoushe, and we need to get some ingredients for it first. Bum bum ba-da ba-da, bum bum ba-da-da-da, bum bum ba-da-da-da. So this is where we're going, Sanibel Bakery, and we're gonna get our groceries from in there. All right, back home. I think we have everything we need. Okay, I'm going to call her up right now on Zoom. Hi, Siriana.
Hi, Miss Katie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's so good to see you.
It's so good to see you, and I am so excited to learn how to make this new dish. Can you tell me what the name is?
This is something called manoushe.
Manoushe.
Manoushe is a word that comes from Arabic.
Oh.
And Arabic is the language that I learned how to speak when I was little at home. So a manoushe is a little bit like a pizza, but it doesn't have tomato sauce. But it can have so many other wonderful toppings.
Cool. Well, I'm so excited to make it.
I wonder if you've seen anything like this before. It's white.
Oh, is that flour?
It is. So I have a lot of flour, and I'm going to mix it in a new bowl with my yeast. I'm going to put something called laban, and laban is like yogurt. So I'll mix this in my recipe. Miss Katie, right now I have something for you that's so special that I would love to put on my manoushe. It's called zaatar. It's so close to time, but it has other things mixed in it as well, like sesame seeds or different kinds of oregano and spices.
This is the one that I got from the store nearby me, and it's a really big container of this zaatar. It's like a spice, a seasoning, right? We can put it on top of things.
It comes from a leaf, and then they let the leaf dry out in the sun. Then when it's dry, you crush it so it gets really, really small, and then you mix it with the other spices. We'll pour some olive oil right all over. So it'll change color. When you eat pizza, you usually get one really big pizza for everybody to share. A manoushe is really small, and it could be bigger, but it's usually small, and one person eats it by themselves.
So it's like a personal pizza, like a one-person pizza.
Exactly. I'm so excited. I want it to get really big and really thin. My grandmother is so fast at doing it. I'm still learning how, but my grandmother makes them so fast.
Well, it sounds like she probably has a lot of practice, huh? And that's why she can go so fast.
Yes, she learned it when she was a little girl, and she makes them all the time now. What shape do you think that looks like? Is it a circle or a square?
I think it looks like a circle.
And I think no matter whatever shape it comes out, it's still going to be delicious.
That's right.
And then we'll add it right on. You only need a little bit. And spread it all around. All right, Miss Katie, I'm ready to put it in the oven.
Let's do it.
I wanted to tell you about another way that you can also bake them, and it's on top of something called a sage. Can you say sage?
Sage.
That's perfect. So a sage, it's kind of like an upside down bowl, and it's made out of metal, and it gets really, really hot. So it's just like a stove top, and that's where we'll put two of our other manoushes.
Oh, and you'll just put it right on top. Oh. There it is. It looks so good.
They're ready. So here's what they look like.
Oh,
they're so beautiful. And I
they're
even
so
put the mint on my plate. They kind of do look like a little pizza pie, and it's so warm and delicious. We always have a plate of vegetables. So here's mine. You can put things like cucumber. We love eating cucumber, and radishes. So a radish is something else. It's a vegetable. It's a little bit peppery if you try it, but I would love to see what you have on your vegetable plate.
I have some mint right here. I cut up a few pieces of tomato and some cucumbers. And then this is part of my manoushe.
I'm just going to take a bite out of it. I'm so excited.
Me too.
And oh, Miss Katie, so what you could say first, saha or sahtain, that means like bon appetit or enjoy your food.
Sahtain. That is so good. A lot of people eat this for breakfast, right?
This is something, so in the morning, you wake up, and we would do this all the time when we were little kids growing up in Lebanon. We would wake up and walk down the street to the bakery, and the bakery was only 3 houses away from our grandmother's house where we lived, and our grandfather's house. And you show up in the morning and you're wearing your pajamas. You don't put your clothes on, you just go in your pajamas, which is so funny. Do you remember how I told you that zaatar has a lot of different spices inside of it? So let's say that you really love the zaatar that your family makes. You can take it with you when you go to the bakery in the morning, and they'll prepare the dough and they'll use your zaatar.
Oh,
or maybe
wow.
they'll use your cheese.
So you can bring your favorite ingredients from home and bring it to the shop, and they'll use it when they make the food.
Imagine if you went to a pizza restaurant here and you said, "Hi, can you use my tomatoes on your pizza?"
That's true. That would be so fun. But then it's extra special for you, the exact way that you like it.
It's such a beautiful experience just being in a small town where everybody knows everybody, and you see everybody at the bakery every morning getting their order for the manoushe or manoushes.
That sounds so lovely.
I was born here in the United States, but I moved there when I was little, and it's where my mom and my dad grew up. My mom grew up in that little tiny hometown.
That's so special. Is this still something that you eat a lot with your family here?
We do. So we eat it whenever my whole family comes all together. My mom and I will spend all day. We'll make all the dough. We'll put all the different toppings and get them ready. And then the whole family comes over. We listen to different kinds of music, and it's just such a special experience. So it makes us feel like we're all together with our family here and our family back home in Lebanon.
Oh, I love that. So manoushe, what does the name mean?
That's a great question. Manoushe, it comes from an Arabic word, mankush. Mankush means stamped. So remember when we play with Play-Doh, we make little dents inside of it? So the reason you stamp it is so you could put the cheese or you could put the zaatar inside and it won't fall off of the dough. I love to learn about the name of the food and why it was named that way. Because names are so important my name is so important to me. Siriana is a big part of who I am. Katie is an important name to you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And so even with food, foods have names, and the names tell us the story where the food comes from, and it tells us who made the food and how they made it and why they made it. So when we share it with other people, we can think about the first people who made it and how it changes, or how we celebrate it in new and different ways.
That's so beautiful. I love that. I loved hearing a little bit more about how your family enjoys eating this and how you've grown up eating it and how it's still an important part of your life, and that I can now also try to make it knowing all that. So thank you for sharing that.
In Arabic, you could say shukran.
Shukran.
So thank you so much, Miss Katie. Shukran, shukran كتير.
Well, shukran كتير to you too. This has been so wonderful.
مع السلامة.
مع السلامة. Well, friends, I hope you had fun meeting Siriana and learning about manoushe. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.